Right now on Denver 7 News at 5 o'clock, federal investigators are now on the scene of another deadly plane crash in Broomfield.
But really, it's hard for us as first responders and those of us in the community and residents to see this.
What we know about this crash so far, as city leaders are now calling for better safety in neighborhoods.
The White House is monitoring cases of monkeypox in the U.S. We're taking a closer look at what this disease is and symptoms to look out for.
And today is the day to secure your spot to hike to one of Colorado's most iconic places. Back to its full glory here. Hanging Lake Reservation's open later this morning. It looks clear again. Remember how muddy it was last year after the mudslides. So that will be nice to have back this summer. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Brian Sanders.
Yeah, I'm Nicole Brady. It'll also be nice to have typical May weather back this week after a weekend that really, to me, felt like we were going backwards in time,
at least like it, yeah.
through the seasons. Warmer temperatures expected today.
I know nothing about time because we had no power for 36 hours.
Oh
so
my gosh.
It was anyone's guess what time it was during the day. Yeah, we are looking at, though, you're right, more spring-like storms here this next couple of days. Early on, a little bit of snow still falling in through the northern and central mountains. We do have a few showers also on the eastern plains this morning. You're going to find a mix of sun and clouds here in Denver early on. More scattered showers possible today, and we're still going to be on the cool side, right around 60 to near 62 degrees for a high this afternoon. So it is going to take a little time this morning to warm up. Your kids are going to want a sweatshirt as they head out the door early on. Highs will be anywhere from 60 to about 63 degrees across northeastern Colorado. More 40s to low 50s in the mountains. It's mild out there, though, this morning. We're in the 40s right now, so you can uncover those plants. Those should be safe now through the rest of the season and into summer. Well, except for the hail. When that rolls in, that always causes problem too. Take a look at Futurecast. Coming up, we're going to take a closer look at the chance of showers and storms here both today and tomorrow.
And some wet conditions for us down to the south. If you're going to travel, it's going to take us out to Castle Rock over Monument Hill into the north part of the Springs. We do have some wet conditions for you there, and you can see that we do have some slower traffic slightly because of that. Take a look from the camera down at Monument Hill. We do have a wet drive. As you see, the fog is in there, and it's going to be wet, a little bit of splashy for you also on that southern drive. Take a look at the drive times down that way, and it's not too bad right now. I am not seeing any big. The rest of the drive looks okay from the camera at I-25 in Yale. That looks all right for us here this morning as well. Not seeing any problems for us downtown to the Denver Tech Center. I-70, 270, that drive to the north side of town, also looking pretty good. Do have some street closures around downtown, right around the rescue mission for a shooting that I know you guys are going to be talking about right now.
That's right, Jason. And here is that breaking news of Denver police investigating a triple shooting, which happened just after 4 o'clock this morning near Denver Rescue Mission and the Samaritan House on Lawrence Street.
Now, officers found 2 men and a woman. Police don't know their conditions right now, and they're still working to learn more about a possible suspect or suspects.
Meanwhile, a quiet Broomfield neighborhood yesterday was shaken by a deadly plane crash that came very close to homes, and now federal investigators are trying to figure out how it happened. 2 people on board died. Incredibly, no one on the ground was hurt.
Yeah, and this is the second deadly plane crash in the city this month. 1 person was killed after crashing into an intersection near El Dorado Boulevard and Interlochen Loop back on May 11th.
I want to bring in Denver 7's Veronica Acosta this morning, who is near the latest crash site. This is in the Anthem Ranch neighborhood, as residents and city leaders are wondering how to keep everyone safe here.
This was a terrifying moment for the people who live in this exact neighborhood, and this really is a neighborhood. There are homes all around here. People were out yesterday walking their dogs. It was a really nice day. They were out enjoying that. Listen to what they had to say about this crash.
My husband was saying, I said, it sounds like a plane crash to me. And he said, you know, we listened and it was odd because there wasn't any bang, bang, bang. It was just this thud and stop.
It's tragic, of course, that people lost their lives, but just very frightening for the community. Could have easily hit a home or someone out walking.
Now, the single-engine plane, it came down in this small neighborhood. It's called the Anthem Ranch Subdivision, and it all happened right before noon yesterday. The plane actually took off from the Erie Municipal Airport, and according to the FAA registry, it was a 56-year-old plane. Now comes that full-blown investigation into how exactly this happened. The FAA and NTSB are in charge of that portion of this all. Now, after investigators verify the plane's registration number, then they'll release that. We do expect that to happen today, and we do expect officials to give us some more information later this morning, right around 9. And of course, we'll bring you all of that as soon as we get it. We're live in the Anthem Ranch neighborhood. I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Thank you, Veronica. Aurora police are asking witnesses to come forward after a fight at an apartment complex parking lot led to 3 people being shot. This is video from the scene Sunday afternoon outside the Park Place at Expo Apartments off South Havana and East Exposition in Aurora. All 3 victims have serious injuries but are expected to be okay. Denver police say a kidnapping suspect died after he crashed into an RTD bus. Investigators responded to this crash early Saturday morning on North Broadway and West 13th Avenue. Police say the kidnapping victim was able to get away and no one else was hurt in that crash.
Well, after saying monkeypox is something everyone should be concerned about, President Biden now says the U.S. is ready to respond to this virus, which is rarely seen outside of Africa. Denver 7's Christian Lopez has some important context about this new virus making headlines.
And President Biden sent a more reassuring message this morning saying that the smallpox vaccine would be effective against monkeypox. And he added that the U.S. would have enough supply of the vaccine if it was needed. Monkeypox is a disease rarely found outside of Africa, but so far there have been 80 cases confirmed worldwide, and there are another 50 cases that are being investigated. The disease is similar to smallpox, but with milder symptoms, and it typically takes about 2 to 4 weeks to recover, but in some cases it can be deadly. Experts do say that while people should be concerned, they don't think this rises to the level of concern that we saw with COVID.
This is a virus that's not nearly as transmissible as something like COVID-19. It requires very close, some people say face-to-face intimate contact. Its transmissibility is way down. And it's important to remember that because it does have some resemblance to smallpox, although it produces much less severe disease, we have all of these antiviral drugs, at least 2 different antiviral drugs and 3 different vaccines.
And so far, there have been 2 cases of monkeypox confirmed in the U.S., one in Massachusetts and one in New York, and there is a 3rd one being investigated in Florida. Live this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Thank you, Christian. Firefighters in our state are making progress on the 2 wildfires burning in the southwest part of Colorado. The Plum Taw fire near Pagosa Springs is more than 700 acres. It is 33% contained, but evacuation orders are still in effect there. And then about 100 miles to the northwest, firefighters are getting the upper hand on the Sims fire, which has burned more than 300 acres near Ouray. It is 90% contained, and firefighters expect to have it fully contained by tomorrow.
Reservations will open at 10 this morning for Hanging Lake. If you've never been, it's a beautiful green lake in a basin in Glenwood Canyon. There are several waterfalls that feed the lake. The trail to Hanging Lake was wiped out after a fire and flooding last summer, but a temporary trail is scheduled to open June 25th. Permits are $12 per person. Reservations can be found on the website visitglenwoodsprings.com.
Well, the Avs have regained their lead in the playoff series against the St. Louis Blues. Game 4 is tonight. They were able to beat the Blues Saturday 5-2, but the win also came with some controversy over this play. About 7 minutes in, Nazem Kadri and a Blues player were chasing a loose puck. They collided, and it caused Kadri to barrel into the Blues goalie, and he's now out for the rest of the series with a knee injury.
You know, defenseman kind of collided with me and pushed me into him. So, you know, had that not been the case, I don't think I would have hit him at all. It's a loose puck. I'm just trying to bang it in.
Yeah, the refs didn't call a penalty on Kadri, and the NHL says it is not looking into the incident any further. But Kadri has received threats after the play. The Avs say they're working with the St. Louis law enforcement to investigate. The puck drops tonight at 7:30. Well, check your cabinets before making lunch for you and the kids today. There is a recall on a popular brand of peanut butter. Which Jif products are linked to a salmonella outbreak? Plus.
I'm John Matteries. A family is denied boarding their Caribbean cruise and out thousands of dollars, all over missing one little piece of paper. You need to know about this before you travel. That story coming up.